Yo, what's going on everybody? Carter Payton back with another video. Today we're going to be figuring out some problems with the E36 and some of the limitations of why it's not running exactly right, and just addressing some of the things that are kind of sketchy on it. We're going to start off with some of the reasons why the first drive hasn't happened yet, and it's mainly because something to do with the wiring and the anti-theft system. And with that, we're also going to be reinstalling the glove box and trying to figure out why the brake lights aren't working. As you guys can see, the glove box is not in the car, and that is because one day I was going to start the car and it just wouldn't. Like, it went to the run position and nothing happened. So obviously I searched the forums and everything, and I tried to find out if there was any other problems like that, and something to do with the EWS, which is the anti-theft system. And in this car, it is very, very advanced for its time, for sure. So it starts off with, there's an antenna in here that reads the chip in your key, which then goes to the pin there's a pin under the car, almost like a wiring harness type of thing, that tells the car that's able to start, which then goes to the actual EWS module, which is behind that blue cover right there, which then goes to the ECU, which is right over there, and tells the car to start. Now, the problem I was facing is none of that was working. There's a couple of things you can do to narrow it down. So the first thing I did was pull the pin under the car. It bypasses the key antenna ring, basically. I bypassed the actual EWS system itself, which then I learned basically that does nothing, because the car turned over, but it won't let the injectors fire or anything like that, or the spark plug spark. So the car was just cranking over, but nothing else was happening. And lo and behold, I did some more research, and they were talking about fuses. And funny enough, that fuse right there was blown. And I replaced it, and the car fired right up. First things, why did that fuse blow in the first place, not allowing the car to start? That's fuse number 31, by the way. And it wouldn't let it start, and so that could be a problem. So we have to figure that out, and we also have to reassemble that glove box because it looks very bad right now. Another thing that happened, the car also basically caught on fire. I replaced this fuel pump relay. I don't know why, because I thought for some reason the fuel pump relay out when I bypassed that, because it wasn't, I just thought it was a fuel related thing. And when I did that, the car was the battery was on, but the key was off. Like, it was off in the ignition, and you guys can see it charred some of the harness. But the car still starts fine, so I don't know what wires it charred. That's the thing. So we also need to do some digging into that, and we also need to reinstall the windshield wipers. And I'm also just gonna clean this engine bay because it's very nasty. First off, let's start off with the easy things and install those windshield wipers. Turns out I put them on. I need to switch them. Oops. Alright, and now it's time to see if they actually work. Here we go. Work beautiful. Alright, and now we're gonna just do a light wash down on the engine bay, try to get it a little bit cleaner and see if we can make it look a little better. I'm gonna cover up that intake. Don't worry, I'm putting the fuse box back on. And I think I'm gonna cover up the coils just cause. Yo, we stocked, bruh. We got all them big products. So we got the Brawny Man wrapped up on the intake, and now we gotta cover up these little things. Kind of a genius, not gonna lie. And we also have that case sealed up so none of those wires get wet. Those got wet, I don't know what would happen. Alright, now we're gonna start wrenching down the engine bay and getting it all prepped. Oh my god. Had to switch out of the pajamas. It's getting a little hot. So when rinsing this, I'm definitely not going to be using like high pressure water. You know what I mean? So just like a shower almost. Like that. we do not want to be getting it super pressurized and wet. We got our little, this is just water and some car washing soap. And we're just going to spray it on all the dirty areas. Just like that. Alright, we're gonna let that sit, and now we're just gonna rinse her all down. And now we're gonna give it the final rinse down and see if it makes it look a little better. And now we get to work on this mess. So let's start by just putting it all back together, and hopefully it all works well. Alright, and the glove box is now in. This has always been broken a little bit. It's because this bottom side is coming undone. But all you gotta do is just give it a little hit, wait for it to come back, and she's mint. Alright, so you guys are gonna be my testers to see if the brake lights actually work. Here we go. I think I had it on the wrong switch, so we're gonna try again and see if it works this time. I think that one worked. Reviewing the footage, we indeed do have brake lights, so that's a good thing. One of them's burned out on that side, so we have to figure that out, but I'm sure it's just a bulb or something. Well, I think that's gonna be it for the video. I know it's a semi-short one. Sorry that the first drive hasn't came out yet. It's just, there's too many things that are off with it right now at least. See you guys next video. Take it easy, and Carter Payne checking out.
You know this, gold teeth like I'm toothless, yeah. I've been running from these dreams, I've been running from my past. On my paper coming sheets, at least I'm running to the back. Drop top